time to ask ourselves the question we've all been waiting to ask. Can Lidl make skate shoes? I was in the middle aisle of Lidl, just sort of looking to see what there is. And I was walking past the clothing bit and I realised, oh, they actually kind of look like skate shoes, like £12. Considering cheap skate shoes are in the region of like £40, £50 and the expensive ones are like at least double that, I thought, hey, why not give it a shot? So, yeah. They're called Esmara. Initial impressions, I kind of got pulled over because of the gum, because I don't know, probably can't tell them because it's a bad example, but my favourite colourway on all skate shoes across the board is black with gum. It's just the way it is. I don't know why, it's an old school thing, I think. It just reminds me of early noughties. And these looked pretty skate shoey on the side. I mean, they're pretty nondescript, but they definitely have a flat sole, and for 12 quid, hey, if they even last a month, that's not bad. Obviously they could destroy my feet, but we'll see. That's what the point of this is. First initial thoughts without actually having them on. They're leather, so I guess they look more like feel more like a golf shoe or something like that, but obviously they're not. So it's not suede, which would be ideal, obviously. The tongue is really thin, like really thin. You can see exactly how this is, so that's not giving you any protection. We've got double stitching at all these points, and there is a bit of a sort of nose cap thing here over this bit, and it's all double stitched. I thought it was triple at first when I looked in the shop, but I think it was just the lights. But it's double stitched here. I think it's probably fair to say it's more like a Volk, but it does have major cup sole vibes as well. You just look at just the taping around the side, it definitely looks like Volk. But I haven't even had them on my feet yet, so I guess we'll figure out pretty quickly whether they're Volk or cup sole. The insole, let's have a look. Pretty non-existent, pretty thin, but that could be sold. I mean, I've got FPs, so I could quite easily put FPs in there and instantly, if that's the only issue that's stopping them from being comfortable, then hey ho, they're comfortable. And that's no major biggie. The grip is just like lines, there's nothing there. Obviously it's only really, it feels pretty grippy at the moment. We'll see, it could wear out in like 5 minutes. What else? There's like no sort of logo of any sort really. I mean, you can see Esmara in there or whatever it is, it's just a name. These are a UK 10, I am a UK 10. We'll see how close that is. The laces seem not bad, I don't know if it is. Yeah, laces seem alright. They're pretty nice and clean, I suppose. I don't really get white shoes. Let's lace them properly. Normally, before I wear shoes to skate in, I would walk around in them for a week or two. And I would also do the bendy thing several times, but I'm afraid to do that because of how cheap they are. So I'm just going to put them on and see how they feel, and then maybe take them off and do that. We'll see. So for the record, these are Joslin ones. They've got FP insoles in them. I've been skating them for about 3 months. They're pretty done. Shoe glue is holding them together. It's the soles at the bottom that I've actually gone through first, even though I've got the Michelin stuff. So yeah, you could argue these aren't a fair comparison at all, but we'll see. Okay, so I mean they're pretty narrow, first thoughts. Yeah, they definitely feel more like Volks. I feel like I am on the ground. There is no tongue strap, that's definite. Because that tongue's moving around all over the place. I haven't even tied them yet. First thoughts, and initially, like looking down, not bad. That's important. You don't want to look down and be like, bleh. And I'm not, which I'm surprised at. They definitely feel like Volks based on how close to the ground I am. I do worry what's going to happen when I start skating around. Having said that, not uncomfortable. Yeah, they're pretty alright. Pretty flexible straight away. I don't feel like I need to do the bendy thing. Sort of bend it in half. Like if it were a cup sole, I would normally like that way a bunch. They're not heavy. My feet are staying in them. It's not like slipping out or anything. Obviously you saw me tie them. I tied them properly. I always do. But like I'm not slipping out the heel. This bit around the back, the heel collar, is nice and soft. It doesn't feel like it's going to rub at any stage. Let's try skating. Don't really have anything that's sort of drop-y, so I'm just going to try and do some big ollies off the curbs, I suppose. See if that comes close to giving me like an impact rating, but I can't imagine it's going to be good. I mean, I do feel like I'm on the ground. the all-important kickflip test. I've purposely not kickflipped at all today, so this is going to be pretty accurate reflection of if they're a good kickflip shoe, I guess, because I'm pretty warmed up. So normally this should be first try. Okay, so with that stair set, I can't really go much further. I need to test these at a park though, for sure. Overall, I'm pleasantly surprised. In retrospect, I'm generally pretty pleased with those. Like, pleasantly surprised. My feet don't hurt from skating in them. They seem to have held up pretty well. You can see a few scuffs where there's kickflips and stuff. There's a little bit there, obviously, that's where my kickflip is. You can see a little bit of a scuff mark from ollies and stuff there. But that's my main foot, and obviously that's pretty good. I say it was leather. It's definitely like faux leather because of how cheap it is. But yeah, not much wear. That's like half-hour skating maybe. Thoughts? No major wear on the bottom. Very grippy. It does look like I can see the bottom of the pattern through the shoe, which is interesting. Yeah, it's the same on that shoe as well. So I do wonder how long it'll take me to go through the soles, because it feels quite soft when you push into it like that. Generally, very grippy. I've held up pretty well. I can't remember the last time I skated a leather or faux leather shoe, so the flick on the kick flips definitely grips slightly more, but that's more to do with me not being used to it. Generally flick pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty good sort of flicking shoe, you'd think. It wasn't any harder to do than normal, that's for sure. For 12 quid, I think it's probably worth giving these a shot if you're curious. If you've got no money, 12 quid. We'll see how long the stitching holds up. I will continue to skate them, and there will be some sort of follow-up at some stage. But I'm going to keep skating these, which I wasn't sure if I was going to say. Insoles are definitely going in, but at the same time, I don't think it's actually necessary. More to come, but for the most part, 12 quid, just give them a shot. Right, so it's time to try the cheap-ass little shoes, but this time with the FB insoles in. Walking around with them and just rolling around a wee bit, the only thing initially I can feel, like, yeah, comfier. Downside, does feel like my heel wants to come out quite easily, like it feels like it'll come out quite easily now, but again, that's a pretty standard FB insole thing because they're quite chunky, so it doesn't, you know, vibrate around. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, I'm just going to continue like this, see where they're at in a little bit. So, overriding point, the insoles just make the shoes better. One extra point I did notice that I didn't notice the other day when I first had them on, the tops really aren't protected at all. Like, even just using the top of your foot to spin the board around, that started to hurt. They really don't protect much. Other than that though, win for £12.